If you had a daughter with a crippling condition, any parent would do anything to help her. But what if you chose a therapy that seemed to turn her against you, that even landed you in jail in a face-off against the toughest enemy ever, a justice system determined to tear your family apart? And here's another horrifying what if. What if you came to find out that the therapy that started all of this appears to be no better than playing with a Ouija board?
You have this family that find themselves caught up in this hellish nightmare brought on by overzealous prosecutors. There can't be anything worse than that.
Julian and Tali Wendrow had a simple dream of domestic tranquility in their pleasant Detroit suburb of West Bloomfield.
It's a pretty quiet life, typical upper middle class community in the Midwest.
This community is exactly what we were looking for.
They never imagined they could be charged with unspeakable crimes, having their kids ripped from their home. Julian, locked behind bars, faced with the possibility of spending the rest of his life in prison, with one thought pounding in his brain.
What am I doing here? What am I doing here?
It's literally craziness. It's going down the rabbit hole in Alice in Wonderland.
This is not what Julian, a native of South Africa, expected from the land of the free when he moved here about 20 years ago after meeting Tali. She worked in the county court system, he a house painter. They had 2 children, Aislinn and her younger brother Ian, and family was truly the center of their lives.
Our primary focus was making sure that the kids were well taken care of, and if there was an issue that needed to be addressed, we would address it.
And there turned out to be plenty of issues.
They drop a bomb on you, basically. They say, you have a big problem.
Aislinn was diagnosed with severe autism around age 2.
What do you do?
Well, you first cry, and Tali did a lot of that.
She's a beautiful young lady.
But like the 10.2 million families in this country living with a special needs child, they came to realize that Aislinn was a blessing.
I love, being with her, whatever I can do. I just being in her presence is just a wonderful thing. She's a gift from God.
As the Wendrows would discover, autism is a mysterious condition, a neurological disorder that impacts every child differently. Some kids can function well. Some, like Aislinn, are profoundly disabled. Unable to talk, Aislinn lives in her own silent world.
Frustration is that you had every reason to believe there could be so much more in there. If we could just find a way to unlock what's holding her back.
To understand the Wendrows' pain, you have to understand all they've done to help Aislinn break out. They spent years researching every treatment under the sun and trying most of them. They tried various therapies, special diets, even autism summer camps. But nothing had broken through. Aislinn wouldn't talk, couldn't communicate. In 2004, she's still in a special autism class at school doing work similar to this, matching pictures, connecting dots.
You believe that there was a person inside, there was someone in there.
There is someone in there, absolutely.
But then, what looked like a miracle, a breakthrough autism treatment that took the country by storm.
I had seen something incredible.
As ABC News had reported on Primetime Live in 1992, a new therapy had appeared on the scene, something called facilitated communication, or FC.
Inside these autistic bodies, there was someone who had something to say.
It seemed like a revolutionary idea, that if someone holds an autistic child's hand or arm a certain way, that child can type their own thoughts. And for the first time, every parent's dream, actual communication.
Tell me your favorite word to spell.
Intelligent.
There are no drugs or special equipment required, just an ordinary keyboard and a properly trained facilitator. For the first time, the Wendrows feel that maybe, just maybe, they found an answer to their prayers.
We believed.
That belief turns to unalloyed joy when Aislinn tries FC and suddenly seems to be able to answer questions.
Facilitated communication winds up being a breakthrough.
We're absolutely in tears. Initially it was, oh my goodness, this is great. Wow, I wish I'd found it sooner.
So of course, the Wendros fight to get FC for Aislinn at school. Almost overnight, Aislinn's days of matching pictures and connecting dots are through. Now, she's in a regular class, doing the same work as normal students. She supposedly completes homework, does math problems, writes poetry. By the time she graduates middle school, a teacher is reporting Aislinn not only wants to go to college, she hopes to become a professor.
All these dreams that we'd had that we thought were dashed are back, and now maybe she will go to university. Maybe she will have a real job and have a lot more independence in her life.
In a statement to 2020, the district says that the results were surprising. This 8th grade evaluation of Aislinn claims she reads and comprehends at grade level. Later on, she'd even develop opinions about President Bush and the Iraq War.
The Wendros think they've achieved the impossible. Julian even travels the country to spread the word about the wonders of FC. But what the family doesn't know is that, from the purest desire to help their daughter, the stage is now set for a tragedy that will tear them apart. Aislinn is about to send her parents to jail.
This mess erupted because I tried so damn hard to help this child.